Hello everyone, my name is Still Blazes and welcome back to another StarCraft 2 solo cast. And yes, I have a new microphone, $100 and 3 days later, because I just decided y'all need to hear my sexy Canadian accent as I say wonderful words like a poutine and a boot. I'm rocking the blue snowball. If anybody's curious, you can pick it up pretty cheap on Amazon.com, at least compared to the $150 I wanted for a future shop. Although I tell a lie, my accent's not sexy. But I'll tell you who is sexy. This TvP Platinum I'm casting right now. Down here in the bottom left, we have as the red Terran, NinjaDuckBob. And up in the top right, playing as the blue Protoss, we have Sick. Both these players currently ranked number 14 on the Platinum list. Or Platinum rank, I should say. And I pulled this off r/cast it. So with any luck, we will see an excellent game, and Ninja will learn what Sick's portrait is. Early scout going out for Sick. If I had to guess, this probe's probably going to head over lengthwise, and yes, he is. Probably going to do the counterclockwise. All players tend to really prefer this, I've noticed, myself included in that grouping. Pretty standard gas going down for Terran. Looks like he's getting it about 11-12. No responding gas from Protoss. He might. We'll see how this ends up for him. I think he's just focusing on his worker count right now. And he is going for the gateway before the gas, so you might just be going for a couple early harassing zealots as opposed to going right for the Cybercore Warpgate Stalkers. Probe is coming down. He is going to be able to scout out his base now. He will see there's nothing too untoward going on, so he's probably isn't going to change his game up too much. Although I think the wall off might just be complete. We'll see if that probe can get in. SCV coming up, and well, that's awkward. SCV is going to scare that probe off, although I don't think he's going for the probe. No, he won't. Probe will just come right back around and see everything he can see. Gas just going down for the Protoss now, a little late at about 15, I think it was. SCV currently scouting around, probably just going to go clockwise, find the Protoss base pretty easily. SCV taking exception to that probe, although I think the probe is just fast enough, and that SCV didn't get on him fast enough that, yeah, that probe is going to get out of there right now. Unless this SCV comes around and actually manages to wall him off again. Probe is going to get out just by the skin of his teeth. Okay. He is going to have to move his barracks, though. That is not nearly enough space to get the add-on done. Early factory going down, actually, for Ninja. So we're probably going to see some early Hellion or Widowmine play, especially because the factory is going for the reactor instead of the tech lab. He's just going to switch these buildings out, if I'm not very much not mistaken. SCV is about to scout out 6 base. You will see that the Cybercore is going down early, so he might get scared thinking that there might be a 4-gate coming, so he might end up throwing down a bunker or something. He's not really scouting. Oh, no, there he goes. He's just gonna see that there's a Cybercore down. No more gateways going down for the Protoss, so he might be playing a slower play than just a 4-gate all-in throw. Although Warpgate technology is being chronoed out, so Terran will be able to just see that as he's on his way out. You will see that there's no natural going down, actually, so... And there's not one for Terran either. Neither of these players are playing a very... early macro game, and it's almost coming out up on a little late. This SCV is probably just hanging around to see when the Protoss gets his natural out. Looks like there's Widow Mines coming out, so he's going for Widow Mines as opposed to Hellions. Not quite sure what this SCV is about, honestly. Oh, no, he's going for a bunker, so with any luck, he should be able to get a couple, although he doesn't have any Marines out yet, to try and at least delay this natural. Look, if he's doing that, I'm not sure why he wouldn't just go for a supply depot. The mothership core is going to notice it. You need to cancel that right now. There you go. He's going to lose that SCV, though. Twilight Council going down to the Protoss, and I still don't see any real military units out yet, except for the mothership core. No, I don't. I'm not quite sure why he built it over here. Usually you see tech structures back here. I guess he's thinking, well, if the Terran scans me, he ain't going to scan down here in the little corner. First few Widow Mines are coming across for the Terran. I did see a couple of Marauders and concussion shells, excuse me, are in play, and a Hellion coming out. So I think he might be burrowing these and then going to try and spook out the probe mineral line. Although that mothership core is going to see it. Can the Widow Mine burrow in time? Yes, it can, and it's going to slap that mothership right away. Just survives on 30 HP. Second Widow Mine coming up. That mothership core needs to get out of there right now, otherwise that Widow Mine is going to burrow and take it out. And 3, 2, 1, good night. Marauders coming up, and I'm not mistaken, that is the Hellion coming up. Yes, it is. Another couple Widow Mines. And this little force will easily take care of that Stalker. I think Warpgate technology has finished. He needs to start morphing those over right away. So if you can get a couple more stalkers out, he's certainly got the money for it. He should be able to take care of the duel of force from the Terran right now. Looks like we've got a Dark Shrine coming out for a 6, so we might see some an early DT rush. Those stalkers need to be pushing right now to take out those Widow Mines before they burrow again. He needs to get the Forge up. There it is right now. He needs more photon cannons. Although I think these Widow Mines are about to wreak some very, very nasty havoc on that probe line. And unless he can... No, he does not get that off in time. It's going to scare off those stalkers and destroy that mothership core, although he should know. The Widow Mines need to recharge for a few seconds afterwards, so he needs to take out that Marauder before that pylon goes down. He's going to lose that warp core. That warp gate, pardon me. Pylon is going down to recharge, however, he is just now on 3 warp gates as opposed to 4. Forge is just finished. He needs to get some photon cannons down ASAP, especially in the middle line, before that Hellion comes in and just takes them to task. Down here, we've got the first DTs out. So, I'm not sure which is to follow here, although I'm pretty sure we all know what's going to happen here. Case in point. First DTs coming up in the middle line, and this is going to look very nasty for both players. Those DTs are going to run roughshod over those SCVs. He needs to get a scan down and start taking those ETs out. SCVs are running for their lives. They have no base to run to. A few Marauders out, and they should be easily able to take out the group of DTs. There goes the 1, and there goes number 2. Meanwhile, up here, those Hellions are wreaking absolute havoc on the probes. First photon cannon going down. Second one back here. They should easily be able to take out those out, especially as some more stalkers come in up the back. And it looks like they are now evenly matched on workers, so a very good attack on both players. I commend you both. A few more Widow Mines coming up, and that's about to... Yep, that's about the size of that. I don't know why. I've taken quite a liking to the new Widow Mines. I just think it's funny that you see this missile come out and just slaps you in the face, and good night to your units. Especially because he's moving a little too close. No, he gets it out before the missile slaps him one. Both players probably going to focus on the macro game now. Although we do have a siege tank coming out for Ninja, so he still hasn't grabbed his natural. He's only mining off of 8 SCVs. He does have mules because he's got this extra orbital command to get all those. So he might be a little more fine right now than Sick. But I can't help but think you guys are pretty late on your naturals. Detection going down for Ninja, so no more DTs are really going to do anything from Sick. And indeed, he doesn't have any more DTs. Just 3 stalkers. Check out the unit workers killed right now. Even. Perfectly even. Huh. So I can't help but think Ninja is doing quite a bit better, considering he has double the supply of the Protoss player and a lot more money. Looks like we do have a lone DT from Sick coming out right now, so we'll see how much damage this can do. I'm not thinking very much. In fact, I think this siege tank is about to make his life a living hell. Yeah. Pretty much how I expected it. Starport going down. If I had to guess, it's not so much Marine Marauder Medevac as it is. He's probably thinking Vikings for any Colossus play, although I don't see the Robo out. In fact, I'm not seeing anything out of the Protoss. I'm not even seeing any more workers, which he really should be getting now, chronoing out. Speak of the devil, here it goes. Terran, meanwhile, he doesn't know it, but he has pretty much excellent control over the map. He really needs to start pushing out to his natural. I would even say, the heck with it, grab both bases right now and just run roughshod over the Protoss, because all the Protoss can be doing right now is sending out more workers. Looks like we got the tech lab out for the starport, so my mistake, he might not be going out for Vikings, he might instead be going for Banshees or something. Is he finally going to move this? Yes, he is. Finally getting his natural, only roughly 7 minutes late. And meanwhile, Protoss is getting his natural too, but his is going to take a lot longer because he's got to wait that 100 seconds for that Nexus to go down. Meanwhile, this orbital command, RIP ready to go, although both players are severely lacking workers to take advantage of 2 bases. But considering they both just lost, what was it, a lot of them? Yeah, a lot of them. Can't really blame them. Another factory going down. We're seeing a very heavy metal play from Ninja right now. Again, he's still double the supply of Sick. Sick putting down the Robo Factory, if I had to guess, Immortals. I don't know if he knows about the siege tanks yet, but just check his vision real quick. He does know that there's a factory with a tech lab, so he might know that he's got some siege tanks to deal with. Those Immortals would be perfect for it. Natural about halfway done for Sick. Natural is currently being worked on by Ninja. He's putting another command center here. I can't help but think that that's kind of the opposite direction he needs to go. Ninja still very worried about DTs because he's going for a Raven right now, which I can't help but think is very smart because that seems to be a 6-1 trick right now. RoboBay just finishing up. Blink on the way for Sick. A natural just about to warp in. A couple more photon cannons going down. More Stalker play, so he is going for a mass Blink Stalker. However, that front is pretty well walled in, I'd say, right now. Just hear a scan going down. I missed. Oh, there it is. So he's going to see that in terms of military, it looks like Ninja is winning the battle quite handily. If we check the units tab real quick, one Zealot, 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries versus 2 Tanks, 6 Marauders, 1 Raven, 1 Viking now, and 8 Widow Mines. Although that Observer, which I actually completely forgot about, would come from the Robo Facility, coming out, so he will be able to spot those Widow Mines, so he might be able to get some sight on them in order to take out those Widow Mines from afar with the Blink Stalkers, blink up and wreak some havoc, although there is a missile launcher and the Raven that would spot that Observer. Check out the production tab. All's quiet now. Can't but think that Terran needs to be spending his money a bit more, and I'm just psychic all day today because here come a whack load more units for Ninja. Still nearly double the supply of Sick, and Terran's moving out now at about 16 minutes in. Terran just grabbed his 3rd. Oh, so he went that way instead of down there. I can't help but think he's pushing a little too much. I would have gone for the one down here personally, but morphing that into a PF with the lack of Protoss army right now. I think he's doing okay for himself. This army looking very scary for the Protoss. All those Widow Mines. 3 tanks, group of Marauders. Those Stalkers are going to know exactly what hits them as it hits them. Widow Mines coming up. They really need to get the force fields down on those things in order to take them out. Army running in the exact opposite direction it needs to right now. He needs to start taking out those Widow Mines before they can burrow and make his life less worth living. Grouping of Ninja's army is coming up, 100 to 66. 3 base. Oh dear, this is not looking good for Sick right now. Sick really needs to get more units on the field, but he doesn't have the money to do it. He should have force fielded those. Those Widow Mines are going to come right in there. They're going to burrow, and he's not going to be able to even approach that Terran ball. The siege tank's going to take anything out at range. He's hallucinating some Colossi. But he's got the Raven. He's going to easily see those hallucinations, and hallucinations don't do anything. This is not the best use of energy from those sentries. You really need to force field those and prevent anything from coming up. Yep, he can't run away because his siege tanks are going to siege him over here, take him close. Widow Mine's going to take him over there. This army from the Protoss is going to get taken out. 151 right now, and the Terran is going to be able to easily set up shop in his main. Well, the Protoss is being smart. He's getting his 3rd base all the way down here, so if I was him, I'd start warping in some units down here and just taking out the Terran mineral line, because there ain't nothing back here that's gonna be able to scare him off. No, not even a PF. PF's up here. Terran is settling in for the long haul. Protoss at 1,000 minerals needs to be warping in some Zells or something down here and just take out those SCVs. He needs to scare this army off and get it back home, because more siege tanks, more Marauders, more mines coming up. Those Zealots going the exact wrong way they need to be right now. Those Widow Mines are going to absolutely take them out as they try and take out those tanks. And the tanks pretty much have free reign over the Protoss base right now. Ninja a little bit supply blocked right now, although there are some more supply points coming in. Sick is nearly 1/3 of the supply Ninja is, and I think he's going to be hard pressed to come back from this game, I have to admit. More tanks, more mines coming out for Ninja right now. He is... Yeah, he is taking out the main, and this cyber core is going to go down. And, yeah. Not looking good for Sick is the general point I'm trying to take right now. A couple more Marauders coming up. This base for Sick is coming out right now. He needs to be warping in some units, like right here. Take him out over there, although I think he's pretty much stuck in trying to defend his main right now. He is trying to fend off at the natural right now. I don't see any sentries, so he really needs to start force fielding that ramp or doing something to prevent that army from coming up here. His army isn't even cohesive right now. Terran is focused on taking out these structures as opposed to the pylons, which he really needs to do. Take out the pylons and then take out take out this natural. Terran should know that yes, it does. It doesn't know that this is here though, so that is very good for the Protoss because he will be able to get a little more mining done and get some damage in on the base from here. Although there's just a constant stream of units coming from the Terran. It surprised me the Terran hasn't even grabbed a 4th or 5th base yet. And this main has pretty much destroyed that Dark Shrine and should be taken out pretty soon. This natural, I can't see it lasting much longer either. Those 5 Stalkers not going to be able to do very much against this Terran Death Ball. He does have the Cyber Core back up, so he will be able to get more Stalkers warped in. Looks like the Terran has paused for a moment, but that group of 8 siege tanks, that's just not going to go very well for the Protoss whatsoever. Ninja falling a little bit behind in his macro. He is amassing a little more money, but he does have a couple more factors going in, so he should be able to make use of that right shortly. Protoss coming in for a final charge. Looks like they're just taken right out. Archon coming out. That's not really going to do very much against these because it is very tank heavy. The Marauders are biological, but those tanks are just going to absolutely take these out. Those Widow Mines do bonus damage against shield, a lot of bonus damage. So that Archon is just going to be taken out right quickly. I can't see the down to lasting much longer. Meanwhile, back down at the Protoss's 3rd, he doesn't have really any military down here. And as he doesn't know he's here, he needs to counterattack. He needed to counterattack minutes ago. And he keeps running those armor waves. He's just getting himself cornered. He does have the photon cannons here, however, it's not going to matter for very much once those tanks roll up and take him out. He needs to blink those Stalkers over here and just run them or something, although the Terran, possibly considering this, has walled that off. That army is pretty much taken out. Look at the Workers tab, 45 SCVs compared to 22 probes. Terran is just gaining a crazy economic advantage. Protoss can't do much. Protoss is going for another base? That's 4 Zealots you really should be using to take out this base right now, man. I have to say. And this little Widow Mine and Viking is going to see this base right here. You can see the Nexus. The Protoss army is just huddled in the corner. They don't want to venture anywhere near this. And Terran can pretty much just take his time dismantling the Protoss right now. He is sending out more units to double check there's no more sneaky bases up and around here. And that Nexus, and he does cancel it, but that's 1 Zealot that he really needs right now to start taking out the Terran base. And I can't see the Protoss lasting much longer in this game, I'm afraid. He doesn't have much in the way of units. Those units are currently huddled, they're not doing anything. There goes the Archon. Those Stalkers shouldn't last much longer. And Terran knows about this base. There are no more sneaky bases. Protoss really should have pushed out from this base. He needed to scare off that army from his main. Here comes the Terran Death Stream, heading right down towards, right down towards the last Protoss base. And I hate to harp on this point, but 125 supply to 25. I can't help but think there's a GG very nearly in my future here. Here comes the bulk of the Terran army, Widow Lines, and there it is. That, I have to say, was one of the better games I've ever casted. Good job on both players for that early Widow Mine and DT play. Especially, I was not anticipating to see an absolutely even split between workers killed. Like, that was brilliant on both your parts, both you Ninja and you Sick. Very well done. However, Sick, I think, made a very he didn't push enough. I think he put a little too much into the DTs, especially because the Terran went right for a detection. He must have known about those orbital commands. He had 2 of them. That's more than enough scans to take out those DTs. He really should have switched off of them and switched into getting the 2nd base up quickly. But although that's on both players, although less so Ninja because he just floated this orbital command over from right here, and that was easily populated by workers compared to the natural over here, which had to be built from scratch. Although all in all, that was definitely one of the more exciting games I've ever played. Congratulations to both players, and I hope you enjoy this cast. This is Blazes. I'll see you guys later.